Oh yeah, hold on. Sorry, you say what is there? Boss man. Get out. And close the door behind you.
Nah,
Something on your mind?
he's not even
Are you
surprised.
indulged in molecule research? Why would you ask me that?
You didn't answer.
You're not denying it. You're playing with fire. Here we go again. People are poking around. They know the OPA has it. Only have rumors. One little globule had stuff on Rossi. Activated the machines on Inaros and nearly blew up the whole fucking planet. If any of it ends up on a colony, that same thing could happen. Our protomolecule is secure. And don't ask me.
You can't be sure.
No better alternatives. We sent small mammals to it. The passage rendered all of them catatonic or dead. I created a simulation which approximates what I witnessed when I fell through it.
You did.
These entities
The trailer.
wiped out their whole civilization in an instant. And now we're using their rings. These things are a threat to us.
Can be.
I see them. And each time I see them, they seem angrier. I think we're waking them up. Miller, the one that protomolecule kept beaming into my head. I think it changed my brain. I'm gonna have brain damage. It's not the way to sell it, son. Tell me, how many people has this artifact killed? What you worry about is pure speculation.
No. I said it that he was gonna be the only one who was gonna keep an eye on the proto, be worried about that situation.
Nicely.
Ah!
We're gonna call this ship the Gatamang Ferranti. It's just another gunship. So is the Rossi. Once. Gotta stop focusing on the end of the world.
Why?
My life
It's the end of the world.
began until I stopped fighting and started building.
If the world is ending tomorrow, you're building all of that for nothing.
Go build something with her. You're not responsible for the world. Do something meaningful with it.
None of you is, but someone has to take care of it. He seems like the good person to do that. The only one who is talking with the proto.
A new life of a new world is waiting for you. Apply now.
Oh, interesting. You know they are searching for people to live and work on the colonies. Are you gonna be reunited? Oh, is it your family? I was thinking about Draper and now not.
Hey, Tilly.
What do you want?
Look, I know I should have called ahead, but
What do you want?
I want to see you. And us.
He's away.
I needed to talk to you. In person. To tell you how sorry I am.
Which answer are you looking for?
None. It's just saying it.
You don't have to feel guilty about abandoning us because we're fine.
No, that's
Or
not
I say we're all broken up about it and you get to feel loved and missed, so you're not a part of our lives anymore. We don't owe you any closure.
You're right. I hope that he was just expecting, you know, to just say it. He and they can make peace with that, even if it doesn't mean that they're gonna have a future or anything like that. It just needs to be said.
You're a good Martian body trooper. And we're gonna be colonists. We're gonna build a city. Maybe someday you visit. It'll be glorious.
She's the one who is still talking to everyone, you know.
Hang out till then if you want.
Okay, if you want.
I love you.
It hurts.
And,
We're not gonna see them for real reunited. Okay. But we're gonna see that.
Hey, Bobby!
No egg? Oh, come on!
Looks like you were having a moment.
So,
I'm kind of unemployed.
no. That sounds weird.
Feels weird too. For a lot of people these days.
That's nice.
How's that?
Brother,
Yeah,
we haven't been in touch for a while.
I'm sure you fix it.
Not really.
Don't you, Bobby? That's the positive.
Just staying realistic. Some things can't be fixed and sometimes you're a fucking moron to try.
Oh, okay, that's...
That's
You know,
true.
once you cool down, I'm gonna call her, we're gonna talk, and I'm still talking.
No.
Jesus fucking Christ, if you wanted to be your son's hero, you should have shown up 3 years ago. It's over.
Calm.
This was not a good day for this. I'll see you later.
He was wrong, but be nicer with him. He's living on his own planet, seeing.
Where's Philip?
he won't be there for long.
She has to go.
I have to go there now. It leaves in a few hours.
Okay, get back.
No,
You didn't get it!
I leave in a few hours.
You don't want me to go with you.
You can understand that.
Philip's father is Marco Inaros.
I said I'll be close if you need any help.
God, help me with this. I don't want you to.
That's rough, you know, for him. He considers himself as the one who is helping everyone, you know, the savior. At least he's trying. He thinks that he has to,
I've
so...
somehow been able to live with the fact that I saved myself. I couldn't save him. This may be the only chance I have left to see him. Father is gonna get killed, and if I don't at least try and stop that from happening,
She doesn't have a lot of
I'll
hope.
never be able to live with that.
She just wants to see him and to try to stop. No, I'm not crying, I just... Tears are still in my eyes. I didn't cry. I want to see that in the theater, really? The picture is... Oh, the silence right now? What are we...
Hey, Sparta.
Yes.
First of all, I didn't start it. Second of all, they were all alive when I got there.
Would you escort them? This way.
Chris ran. No. I want that. Well, the fact...
You look amazing. Thought you were like Queen of Earth.
Ah.
You don't keep up on the current events, do you?
A friend of mine died. She was important to me when I was a kid. I'm going back to Baltimore to settle her affairs. Can I go now?
He told you the truth? Oh, your clothes, you know?
What's this for?
Now that you're not the queen of earth, you're more casual?
You and I have very different life experiences, Chrissy.
Don't call me that. I'm a member of Parliament, not your favorite stripper.
You can be both. If you don't like it, quit.
Excuse me, madam.
She can't.
Inaros here at the local city.
Cinnamon, do you intend to kill anyone down there? I won't bail you out if you do.
Can't go now.
He respects, admires, and loves her also in a way. In Amos way, you know.
Did you hear about the science ship that disappeared near Venus a few weeks ago, the Asami? Got caught in some unexpected meteor activity.
Nope.
That was just like a drive. Sigmund was able to extract the drive signature.
I love Chris Ren. But I'm waiting for a moment. Where the fuck were you? What the fuck is going on? She's not gonna find Philip right now. What? What kind of message are you writing? Oh. I missed the Rossi. And you're all alone. What? Well, seeing all of them, you know.
Why did the heck doesn't tell me? All we gotta do is stop. Big boss, stop.
We began the episode with Philip, we're gonna end it with Ma.
When we surprised them in all their strength, on that day they will fear us. We have the power to be audacious.
You're not weak, you're a lot and you're desperate. You're so not weak. That first episode was so great. It was everything that I expected. You know, because we had what I said, all of the characters, where they are into their lives now, what they're gonna do during this season, what are gonna be their issues during this season. We know that Alex is back on Mars and he wants to go with his family and he wants to be back with his wife, with his son and all, but he can't, you know, you can't abandon someone, just say I'm sorry and expect that with just some time, you know, 2 days, that's gonna be okay, that's gonna be resolved. No. Naomi, she's going to find her son without Alden and all alone, and we can see already that she doesn't have a lot of hope, you know. She just wants to see him, she just wants to try to stop him to go with his father, you know, to try it, but she didn't say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna succeed and all. No, she knows the situation, she knows that this is gonna be hard. We know that Amos is going back on Earth because someone that he appreciated, loved, helped him died, and he needs to resolve her affairs, so we're gonna have issues right there on Earth, and we're gonna discover more about his past also. Alden, like I said in intro, is gonna be the one who is gonna keep an eye on the proto, you know, not keep an eye because of this proto sample, you know, these proto researches that Dawes and Fred are doing on the proto, but also is gonna be the one who is gonna continue to say, hey, we have a proto situation to resolve. This is not all. There is something wrong. Something bad is gonna happen. Something bigger than all of your battles and wars and all of the stuff that you are doing and dealing with right now. You are focused on your own stuff, on your own political stuff, but come on guys, we have still the proto to worry about. And yes, being worried about the end of the world, it's important. Okay, you want to build a future, but if the future doesn't exist, you're building all of that for nothing. Before building, try to keep it, you know. You have to save it before building it. Or at least you have to do this two things, you know. All of the members of the Rossi are separated, and I think that they're gonna stay like that at least for the first half of the season, if it's not more, because they have big stuff to resolve, or at least to try to resolve and to understand that they can't resolve them and to evolve because of that. Yes, for the story, also for the season, it can be interesting if they are reunited in the second half of the season or at the end of the season. We have Chris Wren, who is not the Queen of Earth, like Emma said, but who still has some powers and who is working with Draper. I love that they are making a good team, the two of them, and they are respecting each other, and I love that. I loved also, you know, this conversation that Amos had with Chris Wren. He's respecting, admiring her, but he's also, you know, acting each time with her like he's not flirting, but he's making jokes. I think that he considers that she's like him, you know. They are on the same... He can make that kind of jokes with her. They can have that kind of conversation, you know, like a ping-pong conversation, like that's a game, you know, that's a game between them that he likes, I think, to play with her. You understand what I mean? That was fun. That was also great, you know, for the writers, you know, of the show to begin the episode with Philip and to finish it with Marco. Because it's really, you know, putting that information into the viewer's head that they are everywhere, because it's really sending to the viewers the message that this is gonna be the story of this season. Then, Inaros, you know, teams, I was gonna say team, but in fact teams in my opinion, because we can see that he's telling that speech at the end, you know, to a lot of persons. He's trying to have more and more persons believing into his stuff, so he's gonna have more and more persons, so maybe he's gonna have teams than just one faction. I have a lot of persons, I think, at some point with him. Begin with Philip and to finish with him, it's really sending that message to the viewers that this season is gonna be with them. They're gonna be really the thing which is gonna bother, which is gonna be an issue for all of the characters. Like, we spent the episode with all of our characters, our guys, again where they are into their lives right now, what are going to be their personal issues during this season, how they can evolve during this season and all. But the fact that they are surrounded by the Inaros faction, you know, family, it's really sending that message that you can do your things, but at the end, they are the story of this season. They're gonna bother you, they're gonna be issues for you. You know, the fact that they edited the episode like that they put the episode like that, it's really bringing that impression, and I think also that information for the viewer. This episode, that's almost a shame, you know, that I have to watch it on my television. Some of the pictures of this episode, you know, some of the moments, I'm thinking about the opening scene, but I'm also thinking about that camera movement, you know, with Naomi at the beginning. I'm thinking also about that moment going like that on Taiko, and also when Amos was into that travel ship, you know, I don't know how to name it, and also that moment when we are discovering Luna from outside, you know, the planet, but also from the inside that building, you know. All of these moments could have been so great on a theater, you know, on a big screen. I'm almost like I should have, I don't know how to say it in English, a retro projector. You know, I should have a big retro projector to watch that in big, you know. It deserves to be watched in a big screen, to have... The music also is so great. Not only the music, but also the silence. Did you hear? That's weird what I'm gonna say, but did you hear how many silent moments did we have during this episode? It was more than usually, in my opinion, and it was almost, you know, more vibrant. I don't know how to say it in another way. More powerful to have these silent moments, because we are not used to it, and it was, you know, I was at least holding my breath a little during these moments, because I was like, oh, what is gonna happen? Something is gonna happen. The musics are amazing like usually, but they are really, again, created to be heard in another way than just my television. In a theater, really, that kind of music and all, it's frustrating for me to just watch it on my television, you know, to not enjoy it like it deserves, in my opinion. That's too late to ask, you know, to Santa Claus to buy me a retro projector. That was really a good episode. For, you know, the stories that they presented us and that they're gonna tell us during this season, for the characters, the fact that, you know me, you know that I love shows which are paying attention to the story, to the evolution of the characters, and to send messages into the show. Right there, we know already what the stories are gonna be during this season. At least we know a little of it, what can be the stories, you know, but we know also that characters are gonna be really developed during this season. Like Naomi, she almost said it herself at the beginning of this episode. Amos and Alex, they have personal issues to deal with, and that's gonna be great also to see them exploring that, like it was, you know, for Draper during the last season. I loved her narrative arc during the last season. The fact that we saw her being conflicted and searching herself, you know, searching a way to live now that she was not a Marine anymore, so she was searching for what her life could be and all, and to see her being confronted, you know, to her personal issues, to herself and all, that was interesting. So I'm glad that we're gonna have that for the main characters of this show, for Naomi, Amos, Alex, and also Alden, because Alden, his personal issues since the beginning, it's his relationship with the Proto, like, and also his savior syndrome. I'm seeing it, I think, since season 1, episode 2. Really, Alden, he has such a big savior syndrome, that he has to deal with, that he has to resolve. I don't think that he thinks that he's the savior of the world. I think that he thinks that he has to be. That he's forced to be like that because of, you know, all of the different events. Like, he began with, remember the count and all of that. Like, he thinks that he did stuff, and because of that, he was forced to do other stuff. He was forced to save that, and because of that, he was forced also to be involved and to save that. And little by little, I think that now he thinks that he has to save everyone, that he has to be the one who is gonna, you know, stay with a cold mind, and who is gonna think about everything, and who is gonna help everyone, and who is gonna resolve things. Savior syndrome. Again, so much. Saying it since so long. Do we want him to resolve it? Not really, because we need him to keep an eye on the proto situation, you know, on what is happening with that. I don't know how to name it. I can't remember how they are naming it on the show. That door. Are we gonna see old characters, you know, like those? I want to see those. Like, we saw Monica during this episode. Can we see those? Of course, I'm waiting, you know, to see Drummer. We didn't see her during this episode. I hope, and I know that we're gonna see her. She's an important character. But yes, those are old characters like that. That could be fun. But I think that we're gonna discover also new ones. Like right there, the two ones who talk like that with Naomi and Taeko. Why should we have their opinions on the Rossi crew and all, if it's not because of the fact that they're going to be important for the future, or at least we're going to see them again on the future? Or maybe it was to represent what Belters are thinking about the Rossi crew, you know, the fact that they are divided between the ones who are respected them and the ones who are like, why do you have all of these privileges? Like, calm down, guys, and we don't know really in which side you are. Maybe it was for that, in fact. I love this show. Tell me, what did you think about this first episode? Tell me, what do you think about the fact that they put it like that, you know, this first episode, Inaros faction at the beginning and at the end, to tell us that they're gonna be the big story of this season and the big issue of this season, but also our characters, where they are now, and their personal issues that they're gonna resolve during this season. Tell me, what did you think about that way of presenting us the season, you know, with this first episode? I loved it. For me, it's working. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now. It's all for you for today, but it's not all for me for now, you know. I'm gonna watch the 2 next episodes right now, but it's all for you for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.